I always thought we were lucky. After years of urban noise, stress, and an aching longing for peace, my husband Mark and I decided to move to the countryside. We wanted our child, our first, to grow up surrounded by trees and fields, not glass towers and sirens. So we packed up everything and bought a modest cottage in a small, misty village tucked into the English countryside. The kind of place where time seems to fold in on itself, where everyone knows your name but somehow knows how to keep secrets too. I was already 3 months pregnant when we moved. We found Clara through our new neighbours. Everyone spoke of her in reverent tones. "She's a gift from nature itself," our elderly neighbour Edith had said. "She brought my 3 into this world, and their children too. Never a tear, never a complication." Clara was the village midwife, unofficial yet unquestioned. She didn't work for the NHS. She didn't work for anyone, really. She just was, always had been. We met her a week later. She was in her late 50s, maybe early 60s, with silvery hair tied in a thick braid and skin like leathered parchment. She wore long, flowing dresses in natural fibres and carried the scent of wild herbs, lavender, mugwort, sage. When she touched my belly, her hands were warm, firm, knowing. "Strong heartbeat," she murmured. "A powerful spirit. The land shows well." I thought she meant the baby. The first trimester passed gently, the second even smoother. Clara came to visit weekly. Her bag always had a new surprise: hand-blended teas, salves, tinctures. No machines, no checklists, but somehow I trusted her. She'd close her eyes and lay her ear to my belly, listening not just for heartbeats, but for omens. Mark was skeptical at first. "She's a bit witchy," he joked one night. "Like in a real Wiccan priestess kind of way?" I laughed. "She's just earthy. That's what we wanted, right? Natural birth, peaceful life?" He shrugged. "Sure, just don't let her sacrifice a chicken or anything." I wish that was all she'd done. Around week 31, things started to change. Clara's visits became stranger. She no longer knocked, just let herself in. Always barefoot, always humming something low and rhythmic. She'd spend longer with her eyes closed, hands resting on my belly, whispering things I couldn't make out. "You'll need a circle," she said once. "Salt, cedar, and candlelight. That's how the veil stays thin enough." I laughed nervously. "Veil between what?" She smiled but didn't answer. My dreams turned vivid after that. Red skies, bleeding moons, and something watching me from the woods behind our house. Always the same figure, tall, feminine, draped in veils. Sometimes it spoke, but I could never understand the words, only feel the pull. One night, I jolted awake to my unborn child kicking violently on the dot of midnight. Not once, not twice, but 3 times every night. I started recording it. Mark tried to brush it off. "Baby's active, you're under stress." But I could feel something else, a rhythm, a pattern, like my child was responding to something. By week 36, I was scared. I tried bringing up my concerns gently. "Clara, I've been having strange dreams." She smiled. "The child speaks in dreams. That's good. Most women don't hear." "What do you mean?" I asked, but she just handed me a pouch of dried herbs. "Burn these before bed. They'll protect your spirit while it travels." That night, I didn't sleep at all. The scent of the herbs made my eyes sting, and from the corner of my room, in the darkest shadows, I felt something watching. A week before my due date, I went into early labour. Clara came before we even called. It was almost like she knew. She insisted, no hospital. "This must happen at home," she said. "It's the only way. Hospitals interfere with the old ways." I was too exhausted to argue. Mark tried, God bless him. But Clara looked him dead in the eye and said, "If you interrupt this, your wife may not survive." That shut him up. She began preparing the living room. Salt circles, tall candles, symbols drawn in ash on the windows. She brewed something pungent and had me drink it. I felt dizzy, nauseated. The world started to tilt. During contractions, Clara chanted in a language I'd never heard. She smeared something black across my forehead. My skin tingled and burned. As I pushed, the air grew thick. The walls pulsed, the lights flickered. I swear to God I saw, a shadow with horns standing in the hallway, watching. Then everything went black. I woke up sometime later. Mark was beside me, pale and silent. He held the baby, but something in his eyes. It wasn't joy. It wasn't relief. It was confusion, and maybe fear. "She's here," he said slowly. "She's okay, I think." "Where's Clara?" I asked, but Clara was gone. No note, no trace, no footprints in the snow outside, just the faint smell of burnt herbs and the strange marks she'd left behind. I tried to sit up. "Let me see her." He handed me the baby. She looked normal, beautiful even. Perfect skin, alert eyes, thick hair. But then she opened her mouth and made a sound I can't describe. Not a cry, not human. A sharp echoing wail that vibrated in my bones. It wasn't a baby's sound. The next few weeks were a blur. Our daughter, whom we named Ivy, grew fast. Too fast. By week 2, she could track us with her eyes, following us with eerie precision. She never cried, just stared, always calm, too calm. At night, we heard noises over the baby monitor, low whispering, clicking sounds. Once, I swear I heard someone singing back to her. I took her to a doctor 2 towns over. "She's healthy," they said. "Bright. Advanced for her age, maybe, but nothing abnormal." I didn't believe them. One night, I found a small cloven hoof print in the hallway, just outside Ivy's room. Another night, Mark woke up screaming. She was on the ceiling, just staring at me. Ivy was in her crib, sleeping. 3 months in, I found Clara's journal. It was hidden behind the boiler, wrapped in oilskin, bound in cracked leather. No name, just a symbol on the cover, an eye inside a spiral. The entries were handwritten in a mix of English and something older. Some I couldn't read, but the ones I could, they chilled me. She wrote about the Veil Mother, a being between worlds, a goddess or a demon that granted power through birth. Clara wasn't delivering babies, she was offering vessels, choosing women whose spirits were open, fertile, aligned with the ley lines of the land. She wrote about marking the unborn, whispering to them before birth, preparing them to be harbingers of the return. And the final entry, dated the day before I gave birth, simply said, "The last seed has taken root. The door will open tonight. She is coming through." I confronted Mark. I showed him the journal. I told him we needed to leave, burn the house, take Ivy and run. But he just stared at her, rocking her, humming the same tune Clara used to chant. "I think she's perfect," he whispered. That's when I knew. I'd already lost him. I tried to escape. I packed a bag, waited until midnight when the kicking used to start. I held Ivy tight, wrapped in blankets. But outside, the woods were full of eyes, glowing, silent. And in the distance, I saw her. Clara, standing in the snow, barefoot, smiling. Behind her, the tall, veiled figure from my dreams loomed, half hidden in mist. I couldn't move. My feet refused to obey. Ivy giggled. I turned around, went back inside. That was 2 years ago. Ivy's 3 now. She speaks fluently, reads things I never taught her, sometimes in languages I can't understand. She doesn't blink often. Her eyes are too wide, too dark. Mark barely talks anymore. He just sits with her, whispering things into her ear, listening. Clara never returned. But sometimes I see her through the trees across the fields, watching. I sent a DNA test to a private lab last month. The results came back yesterday. Sample contains significant anomalies. Sequencing incomplete. Please resubmit with a valid human sample. I don't know what I gave birth to, but she's mine, and it's too late now. Because sometimes, when I look in the mirror, I see the veil thinning and someone else looking back.